Hey Capricorns, welcome to your full moon in Leo reading. It is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Some of it might be for you, some of it might be for someone else. It's not going to resonate with all Capricorn, and that's okay. We're going to start off by talking a little bit about this full moon. It's kind of awesome. It's the first super moon in consecutive 4 super moons. It's kind of the first step to propelling us into our life purpose, which I think is pretty awesome. It's all about tending the fire in our hearts and opening up our heart chakra, because in the seat of love, that is where anything can exist. It's clearing away all of the things that dim our light and keep us separated from feeling connected to our journey here. And also it keeps us it's clearing away anything that's keeping us in separation from being in the now and being present in the moment. Because either way, if you go into the future, if you go into the past, it robs you of your joy. It is a super powerful resource to blocking away any limitations or any blockages. Did I say blocking away? Breaking away? Anyways. That's what it is, and it's a time for taking risks. So let's see what the full moon has to say, what messages have. Work through your fears. So new moon in Scorpio. So we have some fearful energy here. I think it's interesting that we have the romantic cycle card on the bottom. We're not going to get too much into that. We're going to kind of speak to this fear that's coming through. There's fear of change here. There's fear of shifting and changing. But you're given the energy to work through it. Like, you're aware of the fear is what I'm hearing. You're aware of the fear, but you're actually wanting to work through it. You're not wanting to distract yourself with work, to tuck it away anymore. You actually want to work through it, which I feel is a really positive place for you to be. So let's take a look at where your power lies with this full moon. Okay, yeah, you're patient, Capricorn. That's one of your strong suits, right? Okay. Yeah, we have patience. We also have storm warning on the bottom, which tells me you're weathering a storm right now. But I feel like there's divine timing with this. Your strength is to be patient with the moments and what they're teaching you. Okay, be patient with yourself. Okay, being patient with yourself is going to make all the difference in the war. Wow. Where you may feel like you're losing the battle, but you're winning the war. I don't know why that's coming up so much, but here we are. Okay. The clock hands are at 10 and 2, which tells me there's a lot of thought for you when you're driving. You can't get too caught up in your emotions then. But you process a lot maybe when you're driving, and that may be very specific, guys, okay? This is also a 7, and a 7 to me is deeper spiritual knowledge. So relying on your intuition, relying on the communication you have with source, with your spirit guides, with angels, whomever it is that you connect with, your higher self. I feel like that's really a seat of the power for the next couple of weeks for you. Okay, so let's take a look at what aspect of your life can benefit from you taking risks. Okay, where can you take risks right now with this full moon in Leo energy? Okay, won't come up. No. Oh, it did. The 4th house, very interesting. Your home and the roots of your being. Okay, so this does represent childhood. Okay. Your fears are originating from the beliefs that you learned as a child. Very clearly. Okay, it was 444 when I said that. You can play back if you want to. I'm not getting the energy that this is children in your life. I don't feel there's any fear around that for you. I feel like the fears you have stem from the beliefs of your childhood, you know, like certain things we grow up believing to be, that you have to be a certain way, or it's a belief around, could be belief around responsibilities, around loyalty, around obligation and duty, okay? Any deviance from any of those things is going to cause fear for you. And I feel like this full moon is going to really bring up and question those deep-seated beliefs that are keeping you in this state of fear when you're trying to propel yourself forward and grow, okay? All right, let's take a look. That's very interesting. I feel like this is very simplified for you. It's not easy, okay? But I feel like it's very simplified for you. It's not overly complex like it has been for the other signs where it's all these different things. I feel like you're given a very specific task with this Capricorn, okay? All right, because this is serving our life purpose, I pulled my life purpose deck just to see if we can be given any information. It's very interesting. This is flowers. I don't know who this is gonna, I feel like this is less literal, but I'll get to that. Working with flowers opens your heart and brings blessings to other people through your life purpose, okay? So this has a multitude of meanings for some, okay? That's very interesting. Career possibilities, but that's options. That's a different thing. What I'm getting from this Capricorn, for some, this is about being in nature, okay? It opens up your heart chakra, which is going to allow you to deal with these fears. These fears are blocking you from your true life purpose. We deal with fear so much, like we're still dealing with a lot of it. For others, this is like making things out of flowers. So it could be, on one side of it, there's going to be a very healing process for creating lotions, flower essences, that kind of thing, very holistic things. For others, it's tapping into that energy and finding those things that brings you to a state of peace and calm so you can be in flow with the things you need to heal. Also taking time to stop and smell the roses. That came up in a different reading, but I feel like it's very important with this patience card here, to be appreciative of where you're at and how far you've come, because that will give you the fuel and the courage to step even further into the next phase for you. Okay. Now, it doesn't mean, when I say it's like the first, sort of like the first step in many of your life purpose, it doesn't mean you're going to be doing those things. You know, anyway, that's a whole other discussion for another time. We're going to go, I could go on a tangent about how, yes, you could help people work through their fears, or yes, you could actually create these things. But right now, they serve a very different purpose to help you process your fears. So let's see what the archangels have to say here. Okay, the 9 of Raphael comes up. Make a wish, dreams become reality, a joyful time in life, okay? This is what is on the other side of those fears, is the possibility that you may have joy without challenges. And for some, you're not really sure what that actually feels like because you've never experienced it, okay? So I hope that this has helped. Be your peace, love yourself, share your light, and have an amazing full moon.